Hello and welcome back to Marine for TCG. Mixing it up a bit, we've got some 09 content today. I'm going to do a video with a different build of Shanks. So it's no secret on the channel that I love Shanks. I think Shanks is a really cool leader, really different direction from Red. Plays totally different to decks like Whitebeard and Zorro. Much more of a passive control deck, but not today. Today we're rushing, we're channeling our inner Red player, and we've got shed loads of rush cards. So the rationale behind the two builds of Shanks is you can either use your leader effect, drag the game out so that you can control the game with the control cards, things like the 7-cost Newgate, the 8-cost Rayleigh, and those other cards. Or you can push the pace, play shed loads of rushes, and use your leader effect to protect your characters in the early game so that you don't just get run out of the game by decks like Lucci that like to remove your characters whilst developing their own board. So I will say this deck I don't think is as competitive as the control build, but it is a lot of fun and you can absolutely win games. This is still a very strong list. This is still a very strong deck and leader. And we'll go over some of the cards. It won't take forever though. So you know what Shanks does. He's been on the channel tons. Forkin Killer. This card's great once you can get your opponent down to 2. Against multicolour leaders, this card is ridiculous because they go down to 2 super early. Against 5-life leaders, it's not quite so good, but it's still insane closing out those games, especially if you can keep a couple of them in your hand and get some crazy value with this. 4 Otama, red staple. 4 Rush Sorrow. You love seeing this in your opening hand. On 3 or 4, if you can go 5-5 or 5-6, wonderful. You don't need to see this. You can just swing 9 or 8 on your 3 or 4 on turn. But seeing this early is really nice. It's also a nice cheap rush option for later. That can be comboed with cards like Kin Killer or even a Ben Beckman. 2 of the Newgate. This is nice to give you a little bit of defense. This is also offense though, because when attacking, if he doesn't get removed, he can KO cheap blockers. You know, things like Duval in Marco, things like Rebecca against black decks. Pretty good. And buffing yourself to 7k for the turn, especially if you've got no tapped characters, is nuts. Got 2 of these Dragon. I'm tempted to go up to 3 of the Dragon. Big fan of him. He is an 8-9, gives 2 Don, rush, excellent card. Such crazy value on your 8 Don turn. If you've got nothing else on the board, you can do 7 with leader and 9 with dragon by using dragon's effect to give 2 to your leader. Great value. However, he is only late game and we do have quite a bit of late game in this deck. For this Rayleigh, I don't really like this card that much. He's fine. He's a blocker. He cycles out your hand a little bit, but I'm not really enthralled by this card, especially in a build like this. I feel like in a build like this, I want to try something like Shariah next. So I took this list off a list that won a locals out in Japan. I just thought, we'll play it exactly. We won't mess about with it. Give it a go, see what we think. And what I think is that this Rayleigh is a bit mid. I think I want to swap this for Shariah, give you some extra early turn plays, while still having the option of a cheap blocker or a 1k counter. And Shariah as a bonus is really nice into BY. Although Roger is also really into BY, we'll get there. For Ben Beckman, this is a staple in Shanks. This card's just insane. Great stat line, great removal, trashing is broken, and even as counter. What's not to love? 3 of the Hongo. We're not playing red hair searchers, but this is unironically one of the better red 2Ks. None of the red 2Ks are that great. Makino doesn't really work in a deck like this because we're not playing 1-drops other than Otama. And you could play the 2-cost Sanji, he's okay. He could help you get a couple resources here and there. But I'm going with the Hongo, it gives us a little bit of extra wiggle room to manoeuvre with our Ben Beckman. Got 4 of the Yasop, classic red hair pirates card. I don't think you'd ever go below 4 of this in a Shanks deck. 4 of the Lime Juice. This is the better Red Hair Pirates 2k in this deck specifically. Being able to play it when you're going for game to stop something like Rebecca from blocking is invaluable. You can stop something like a Rebecca or even a 3-cost Doflamingo from blocking for just 3 Don. It's great value. Your lethal becomes so much easier. 2 Roger, 10-13 stats are ridiculous. He has rush, and if anyone's at 0 life, if your opponent blocks, you just win. You just win. Really good card. 2 is fine. You only want to see 1. But the stat line's ridiculous. We'd be silly not to play him in a deck like this. For this 5-cost Luffy, this is similar to Roger, I will say, because he has Rush, and Don times 2 when attacking, it stops your opponent blocking, but only for him. Roger stops anything being blocked. Luffy, it's just him. But this card's still incredible. It's great in the mid game, nice 6k body, hard for your opponent to attack into, especially with leader effect. For them to get any value, they've got to attack at least 7, which is a commitment of 2 Don in most cases. Yeah, love this card, love this card. On to this Sanji, I'm not super sold on this guy. I think this guy's a little bit weak. On play, if your opponent has a 5,000 power or more character, he gains Rush. He's not great, but he's a rusher with counter, which is fine. You could swap this out for something else though. If you wanted another 2k, you could just swap for another Hongo. You could swap this for a Dragon. In fact, I might swap this for a Dragon next time I play this deck. But for the bad manners, because we have a lot of bricks, we have Kid Killer, Zoro, Dragon, Newgate, Luffy, and Roger are all bricks, as well as our events. So 4 of these is really nice. And 4 jet pistols, just for a bit of spot removal. This came up a lot more than I thought it would. Big fan of the jet pistol. In a deck like this, helps you remove pesky blockers like Queen, like Kid. And just annoying character that you don't want to deal with. You don't want to deal with a character, pop, gone. Easy. With that said, let's get into the video. These games, I will say, are really goddamn quick. These games go by like nothing. I've had 20-minute games recently with decks like Marco, with the control build of Shanks, and with Doflamingo. I don't think a single one of these games is over like 10 minutes. This is crazy. So it was a lot of fun. Also, not necessarily the most competitive players. The ranked mode 409, pretty barren, so I'm just playing on the regular sim. So don't shoot me, don't hate me. It is what it is. I don't want to wait 5-10 minutes for a match. But without further ado, if you enjoy this video, please remember to subscribe. We love Shanks on this channel. Big Shanks stands here. Definitely be more Shanks content in the future. I don't think there'll be another one for a couple of days, but we'll see. And let's get into the video. Got a game here against Blackbeard. I'm going to choose to go second, so that he can't drop his big guy on curve. Mulligan that. That's not too bad. We've got Zoro into Sanji. And we've got nothing on 2. He's got all the feet. That's pretty good. I'm going to tap the feet, find a card. And he might just swing 7. He's going to get a black hole. Drops another feat. Very nice. Gets a Jesus Burgess. We unfortunately are going to need to take out these Lafitte. But it is what it is. At least we can with the Rush Zoro. End the turn there, 1 up. We'll fake Rad Beam. We don't have it, but he doesn't know that. We are red. We could play Rad Beam. We could play Guard Point. So if he wants to drop his Jesus Burgess, he's only be able to swing 6 into the Zoro, and we will save that. Fortunately, can't really interact with Jesus Burgess. We'll just give him a 2k here. I think I want this Sanji to... Do I want this Sanji? I can just play the Zoro. There's no reason to play this Sanji. We'll use the card action, minus him down here. Give him the Sanji. Ah, okay, he's going to go with the stronger .Q combo. Fair enough, fair enough. At least we make the Jesus Burgess not be on the field for 1 more turn. That card's a pain in the ass to deal with. Crashes the Mon Chéri to draw 1. Goes with the .Q, taps the Zoro, gets rid of that. Very nice. I think we will take out the .Q. That card does scare me. Yep. He gets to draw, unfortunately, but here we are. Back 7 into 5, end the turn. He's on 7. He goes with the finger gun, very clean. Goes with another Lafitte. He's drawing pretty well this game, I will say that. We're on 8 next turn, so we can do Dragon. We'll take this one. Ooh, that's a pretty good trigger. Yeah, that gives us an extra attack. That's really nice. Do 7. Then we'll do 9. End the turn. He's got 10 in hand. Lots of cards. Lots of cards. Next turn we can just drop some like Newgates. We won't get the on play if he uses Black Hole. But fine. Van Auger comes out. -3 on our Dragon. Do you have another finger gun? Another finger gun. Very good. So he doesn't use Black Hole again. So I'm going to use this. We'll just keep his board clear. 2-8 into Van Auger. We'll get the draw. Fine. Okay, he gives us a Barto and a Jesus Burgess. We'll end the turn there. Really wants to keep this Van Auger. I respect it. Van Auger can probably help him deal with Newgate here. We're unfortunately getting to the point of the game where he starts dropping big Blackbeards. And there is one big Blackbeard indeed. Still no leader effects. You get the Luffy. We can get rid of the Van Auger. And then drop the Luffy. We might need the Luffy for later though. We could drop the Rayleigh to get a nice blocker going. And then do the Gum Gum Jet Pistol. I think I quite like that. 2-6. He just taps it. It's kind of risky though, because we could just Luffy now and get a hit through. But then he can attack us, so I don't think it's worth it. We'll do that. Get rid of that. And I missequenced it quite badly, actually. Yeah, I missequenced this quite badly. Wow. We'll just drop Yasop, buff him, and his plays become limited because all he can do is drop big Blackbeards. Never mind, goes with the This Is My Age, grabs a Van Auger. Van Auger comes out, probably going to get rid of our Yasop. You can get rid of Newgate, that would be pretty depressing. Just taps Yasop. And then Liberation. I believe this is Black Hole actually, this is a typo thing. Still no leader effect. That's crazy. We're definitely going to get rid of this Van Auger. Yeah, so we can do 5 with leader. Gives us 1. Then we'll do 13 with Newgate. No, there. Takes. Ben Beckman, get rid of that. If we can get him down to 0, we can probably win the game with Luffy. Ben Beckman, really nice for clearing his guys because it trashes, doesn't KO. He's very important. He goes with the Jesus Burgess, goes with the Lafitte. Lafitte's going to grab him. What's Lafitte going to grab here? What are we looking for big Blackbeards, right? Grabs a Shiryu 2K. Respectable. Respectable. Goes with the Mon Chéri. Who grabs back here, sends back double finger guns. Grabbing Barto 2K. So if we take this, he goes here. If we don't take this, then he goes 14 into Newgate. We can deal with 14 into Newgate. I think I'm going to use it, and he's going to be like, haha, he's getting baited. I'll do 14 into Newgate, and we'll counter out. Yeah, genius. I think this is fine. It's not great, but I think we're in a tough spot either way. We can drop another Newgate. I think we're really looking to get him down to 0 here for this Luffy on the next turn. So we'll start with 7 here. We could also just win. We'll go 11 life. This is all but guaranteed. Takes, and yeah, we'll just go all in. 14 to 5. Nice win there against Blackbeard. Pretty quick. Typically Blackbeard games pretty long, but I'll rush there. I do think he might be a bit of a new player because he wasn't using his leader effect at all, and we got some pretty crazy on plays. We got like a Ben Beckman off. We got a Newgate off. We got a Dragon off. I do really think he should have been protecting himself with this leader effect more. Because, I mean, especially with what hand he had. If he had like 4 Blackbeards, then maybe he can risk it. But with this hand of like Jacks and Lafitte's and I don't know. I think misplays for our opponent there. But regardless, we got the win. Let's move. Let's move. Got a game here against Enel. I'm going to choose to go first. I'm going to get rid of that. This is quite nice. Pretty good. So we're going to attack him down to 2 and then leave him there as his custom against Enel. He's going to have to play this very slowly. We're going to need to see a lot of our top end pieces. Nothing. 1. I do against Enel like to see, in the control build, I like to see all the big shanks. Big shanks are very helpful. I'm just going to attach all the Don, attacking 8 on 5. End the turn. Next turn we'll just play out the Luffy. He's going to go with Banish, that's fine, you can have that. Or do we want to defend it? No, I'm happy to let him banish that. Just a burn backman. Not super crazy. So we can go the Yasop. I don't want to risk my Yasop getting trigger KO'd. I'm just going to swing 5. And then we'll play the Yasop. Takes, gets a Shura trigger. Okay, so this is a bit of an interesting build of an L. More of a Sky Island aggro build. Gets a Godatsu, that's not very good because you've hit me down to 4. Got the Yasop, buff the leader, and the turn. So if he has a Nami, he can KO that. Nika Robin, trash a life, that is fair enough. We've got double Kid Killer, which is pretty cute. We'll do 5 at life. He wants to defend this. Then we'll attack him once more. I do kind of want to get him down. Get him down for 1. He's not going to want to go down to 1 quite this early, I wouldn't anticipate. Does take it. Gets a I am God trigger. Draw 2, trash 1. Pretty clean. Yep, trashes Rego. I'll still already have another one. We're going to deploy this, get rid of that, and the turn. Pretty efficient there with the Ben Beckman. Pretty cool. Might go with a Katakuri to put back the Onami on top. We'll just give him a 2k here. We don't really have any 1ks. I'll give him the Lime Juice. 6, he might have another Nico Robin. Yep, another Nico Robin. Our life is getting pretty sus, I will say that for free. That's interesting. I think we're going to hold these Kid Killers for next turn. We'll start by swinging with the Yasop. I think we'll swing 7 with the Yasop. Minus this down for fun. Give us 3. Makes sense, makes sense. So if we want to play out the... I want to keep my options open so I can either Kid Kill or Yasop here. I think I'm going to swing another 7 with Ben Beckman. He takes. No trigger. I think we'll do another... We can do 8 and then 8 again. I think that's pretty good. Do 8 here. He wants to give us double 2Ks. I think regardless, I'm going to go with the Kid and Killer. Whether he gives us double 2Ks or takes. But it does become an even easier decision. It does take. Yep, we'll go with the Kid and Killer. Swinging for 8, you could probably counter this, but it's going to cost him a couple cards, and he can only go back to 1 next turn, which is pretty nice because we have another Kid and Killer. He can't clear our board. It gives us a Rego, a Disappear, and an Onami. That's great value. One of the things to note is that Yamato can't currently kill anything. We'll just say no. We'll give him the Odama. Yep, goes with the Ace. Ace is fine. Ace can clear whatever. Actually, if you... see. So So we can drop this down to 9, then we can go 0 cost and Luffy. And he swings 5 into kick kill and we give him the Yasop. This is really good. We can keep the entire board. Wow. That's such good value. Crazy. So we'll start with 8s from Kid Killer. He didn't seem to have many 2Ks, so I'm gonna make him have doubles. No trigger. Wonderful. Go 8 again. With Ben Beckman. 8's been working. We'll just keep at it. 7, 9. Okay, he has it this time. We'll go 8 again with Yasop. -1 here for fun. Fakes. And no trigger. We win the game. Very nice. Nice quick win against Enel. GG's to our opponent. Let's get into the next one. Okay, got a game up next against Doflamingo. I'm going to choose to go first. And okay, I think we're going to mulligan this. Nice, we get the Zoro. That's pretty nice. We can do a Gum Gum Jet Pistol on our 5-don turn potentially. He gets a Weevil off the Sengoku and uses a Buggy Stacker. Pretty nice for our opponent here. Hopefully no Jinbei in his top pack. But let's see. Let's do 5. And then we'll play out Zoro and do 5 again. Keep it simple. Give us a card here. You only want to go down to 3, I wouldn't have thought. Yep, gives us a law, and then the turn there. He's got 4, might do 8. Gonna go with the teach, makes a lot of sense. You can stack, hopefully not a Jinbei, but it's gonna be a Jinbei. We already know. Do 8 into Zoro. Yep, play out Jinbei, play out Weevil. We'll use this for fun. And goes with the Mihawk. Misclick. Either way, Zoro's gone. I think we'll just go with the Jet Pistol here. We can go 6 into Jinbei. If he's got a 2K he wants to give us. Does. He has a Croc. And we can Jet Pistol the Mihawk and then the turn. So we know he has Weevil. Let's see if he has another good thing to stack. Obviously use the Teach to get his leader effect off whilst playing a character. Goes the Crocodile. Maybe he'll teach the Weevil then. Crocodile's going to pick up Buggy. Be cool. Yeah, plays out the Weevil. We'll just take this one. Get Dragon. That's pretty good. And we get a Ben Beckman. So Ben Beckman can clear this Weevil quite nicely here. We'll just swing 5 and 5. Get him down a life. Gives us a Moria. Interesting. We'll go to the Weevil with the Ben Beckman. That's pretty good. Next turn, we can drop Dragon. Start swinging into his board pretty heavily. Goes with the Buggy. Oh, he must have a pretty bad hand, but I thought we knew he had the Weevil. No, he stacked the Weevil last turn, of course. So we know nothing about his hand now. We do know he picked up that Buggy with the Rock earlier. We go with the stack. Must not have anything good to teach. Plays out another 2K Mihawk, and must be full of 2Ks to say the least. Got 3 Don, can do Teach as well. I'm gonna go 7, we'll take this one. Presumably, he's gonna stack one with Teach. Give 2 Don to one of these guys. Yep, he's gonna swing with Jinbei. I'm gonna go 7, play out Mihawk over Sengoku. We'll just take this one. No need to trigger that. Then we'll use the card action, -1 here. Give him a lime juice. If he wants to sack a Croc, would have been fine, but he doesn't. So we can either do Dragon here or do another Ben Beckman. He's got nothing in hand, so we can just do 5 on 5 into this Mihawk. We can do 7 on 5 into this Jinbei. I think we'll just go with the... We could go with the Nugate, actually. The Nugate's not bad. Give us a bit of defense. And he concedes. Yeah, I think he was a little too aggressive with his hand there. Used the teach a lot. Didn't take that second life. If he'd taken one more hit, I think he'd have had a better chance here. But either way, nice win against Doflamingo. And let's get into the next one. Okay, got a game up next against Yamato. So I'm going to choose to go first. I'm not a huge fan of that. I like this. Zoro is clean. He's going to... What the hell does this do? He can give 3,000 pounds. That's pretty cool, actually. So he can do a big double attack here. I like it. I like it. He's going to counter that one. See if he wants to counter this one. Doesn't. No trigger, luckily. He can do a massive attack here if he wants. Yep, we're not doing anything about that. No trigger, no trigger. Very clean. So for 5, we can just drop another Zoro. So we'll go 5, 6, 6. Start with 5 from Zoro. Going for 6. Going for 6 again. Takes that one, no trigger. Very nice. Our board's getting pretty good. Board is getting pretty good. Goes with the Mihawk into the Nekomamashi. And he's going to go 8 into 5. So I think we'll choose to keep this one. We'll neg this down. What do we want to give him? Probably the Rayleigh and a lime juice. Rayleigh or Ben Beckman? Probably Rayleigh. We've got 7, we can drop the Ben Beckman, get rid of the Nekomamashi. We'll just do a bunch of 5s. Just continue to tax cards out of his hand. Gives us the Tonoyasu. Do another 5. Takes. Gets a Nekomamashi trigger. I think we'll do 5 into Nekomamashi. Gives us a 0 cost and a Momo blocker. And then we'll deploy this, go to one of these, end the turn. He's close. He's close to game, but he's not there yet. And we've got a decent amount of counter. We've got 4k here. Goes with the Demonic Aura 9-sword style Ashura Demon 9 Flash. Pretty cute. Gonna go 11 into 7. Yeah, you can have it. You can have the Ben Beckman. That's fine. We go 7 into 5. And he's got 7 into 5, so we can go... He gets one of these and we can take the other. And we'll give him the Hongo. So, okay, we've got... I'm pretty sure this is just guaranteed game. We'll go 5 here. Takes. Attach all the Don and attack in. Very quick game against Yamato, always is. That's less than 3 minutes, that's crazy. GG's to our opponent there. And let's get into the next one. Got a game here against Ace, that's an interesting one, bit of a rogue leader. He's going to choose to go first. We got not a lot there, so I think we'll mulligan that. That's nice, we get the Zoro. That's pretty good. We've got no counter actually, which is quite amusing. But Ace, yeah, a bit of a weird leader. He's got the Markado immediately, that's pretty good. I can't remember what the 1-cost Ace searcher is. Is it Masked Deuce? It's something. 8, we'll be taking that. He needs to click no leader effect. We'll just take this one. Honestly, yeah, I'm going to go with this Markano. That's pretty good, and we still have no K counter. Wonderful. Do 5 into 5. Then we'll give him the Zoro. See what he wants to do here. Give us a Jozu. Do 6 into 5. Gonna take. Very nice. We got 1 card and 1 life. Pretty efficient. And we've got our Bruno Zoro on the board. 5 into 5. Is he going to trash any events to buff himself? He does. He trashes a Seaquake. Unfortunately, we have literally 0 counter, so we have to let that go. It's a pretty crappy hand, I will say. And we draw another brick! What's going on, man? What's going on? Regardless, I think we'll go 6 into Ace. And then 6 into ace again with this Luffy. He'll give us a Jozu. We'll go 6 again. He'll probably take this one. Yep. End the turn there. So, a bit of a bummer that we've still not found any counter at all, but here we are. What can you do? We can go to 8 next turn, we can do the dragon. That's a pretty nice play. Going to be hard for him to take out the dragon. We'll use the card action here. If he wants to destroy this, he needs to attack with his leader. Can play Flame Emperor. I believe that destroys Monkey D. Luffy. But if he was doing that, I think he'd have done it first. Wouldn't make much sense to do it after. You can go 10 into Luffy. You can absolutely have that. If he wants to trash any events, nope. You can have the Luffy. And passes with 2 up. What is that? There's that one card. It's I can't remember what it's called. It KOs like a low power unit on my side of the board. Boy, this. Do this here. Do 7 at life. I don't really care about this Marco. He's going to have 500,000 events in hand, so there's no point in us taking. We'll just keep pumping damage into his face. Next turn, we can drop Roger. Pretty insane. I didn't mention it, but we drew another brick. We drew a Whitebeard, bro. What's going on with this counter? It's, yeah, not good, as they would say. It's whatever. If he wants to spend all his Don getting rid of our dragon, so be it. So be it. Still the leader effect, I suppose, but that's about it. Next turn, we could go with the Whitebeard, just buff our leader, give us a little bit of defense. Really depends on what our opponent does here. I'm going to go 6. We'll just take that. We finally get 1,000 counter, which is lovely. Don't really want to go down to 2 if he does. He should probably just do 6 again. He should see the pattern. No. He's going to do 7. Can't do anything about that. He's actually going to do 8. We doubly can't do anything about that. We get another Yasop. So we can do... I think we do Newgate here. And then next turn we go for game. We could go for game now. But I think it's unlikely that we get it. We'll do 9 in with Dragon. Crashes Bad Manners Kick Course. With leader skill. I feel like that's a misplay, but that's a... it gives us a Marco. And an Ace. Pretty good for us. Boy, this. Attack in for 8 on 7. See if he has a 2k. No 2ks. Very good. He's got a trigger here. Now his trigger can deal with any of these. We'll just end the turn. So we're up to 7. Going to be hard for him to get game. Even though we have piss all counter. He doesn't know that. He sees an 8 card hand. He's like, I can't go for game. That's crazy. We might have to. Because we have Roger. And Roger says win. But we'll see. If he does go for game, we might struggle. We do only have 2k. But we are at least at a 7k leader. So he could free swing with the Newgate. We can't do much about that. And he could do like 10, 11. We'd be relying on what we draw out of here. But, you know, we've got to find 2ks at some point. They've got to be somewhere. And they're not in our hand. He goes with the dragon. Swings that into there. So if we defend this... Because we can defend this with everything. He then swings the Newgate into the dragon. And the Marco into life. I don't think it really matters. Our guy's dead regardless. And if he swings these all into life, we just get more counter. Sorry, more options. What I meant. But I don't really see how he's winning. Okay, 6 into 7. Nice play. Just take this one. That's fine. We get a Rayleigh. Sure. Don't really know what the plan is here. Yeah. GG's your opponent there. I think they made a couple mistakes, but Ace also just not a very good leader. Quite boring as well. Events are just not that fun to use. But regardless, nice game, quick game there against Ace. Let's get into the next one. Got another game against the Yamato. We're gonna go first. We'll go to that one. That's fine. Nothing on one. He goes with the Toneyasu again. This is looking very similar to last game. Let's see if he can beat us this time. We'll deploy that. Do 5 on 5 again. Gives us a Mihawk 2k, very nice. Bit of extra value for us there. No 1ks that you want to get rid of. Goes with the Toneyasu. 9 into 5, we'll just let him have it. No trigger there. No trigger there. Got 3 for Mihawk into Cracker. Funny attaching onto Cracker, very good. So I think we'll go with the Jet Gatling, or the Jet Pistol, sorry. Yeah, we'll go 5 into Cracker. Yep, gives us a card. Then we'll go 6 into Life. No trigger there, that's lucky for us. Get rid of the Cracker, end the turn. Goes with the Demonic Aura 9 Sword style Ashura Demon Line Flash yet again. Double attack banish as 10 into 5. We counter this. Yeah, we can. We can bring it down to 9. Yeah, bring it down to 9. Bring us up to 7 and then 0 cost. Yeah, we'll do that. It's fine. Give him the Pongo, 0 cost, and one of these release. Go 6 into 5. We're gonna let him have that. Do get another Jet Pistol. Rayleigh, unfortunately, not live. We do have the Kitten Killer. Then we'll go 7 face. He'll take a Kiku Nojo trigger. Do we want to slow the game down or speed the game up? Let's just go for it. Yep. No trigger there, so if he wants, he could have the Momo blocker to heal. But if not, he's going to have to take out this Kitten Killer at the very least. 6 into 5. Use the card action and give him a Yasop. Onami got banished leader. That's pretty rough actually. That is pretty rough. I'm gonna go 7. We have to take that unfortunately. Gets rid of double 2Ks. That's brutal. 5 into 5. We'll let him have it. 6 into 5. Let him have it. What's he got for 2? 2 for something. 14 into 9. What 2k counter events are there? There's 2, 5. There's the big man one. We go to 10. We don't really have any other plays anyway. See if he has it. Just a flame split. Another flame split. He doesn't have it. GG's. I don't want to do a third game against you, sir. If you queue into me again, I will be expecting. Got a game against Foxy. Now, this is going to be an interesting one. This is going to be interesting for sure. We can choose to go first. This is not a bad curve, but I'm really looking for that 3-cost Zoro. We do get the 3-cost Zoro. That's very nice. We can play him into a Yasop, which is pretty clean. We'll just go 5 at Foxy, and then play out Zoro, and do 5 at Foxy. Get a card out of his hand. Gives us a kid, very nice. I imagine he's going to look here to do a Porsche into a Itomimizu, I believe the character is called. Which would be pretty good. There's the Porsche, on -1. Does a search, find himself a Foxy Pirate. Gonna grab a Capote. Play out the Chopper. So no Itomimizu, that's pretty nice. Okay, he's gonna give us 6. Just let this go. I'm gonna play the Yasop next turn, and I want him to have to attack into my life. Do that. 6 at life. He can give us a 2k, or he can take. Suppose. So hands looking interesting. We've got lots of rush options, but we don't have any large characters, and we are getting to those later turns. So I love seeing, on 7, I suppose we can do Zoro into Kid Killer. Especially if we can get him down to 2, that could be quite cute. The Capotes are Yasop, that is fair enough. He can Foxy effect our leader, but it would seem a little risky if you ask me. 6, we'll just use the card action here. He can do 7 and we'll take that. I doubt he's going to card action to freeze the leader. I think that's very greedy. Does. No way, he's down to 2 Don. We'll take this one. No trigger there. That's wild. We can drop Luffy, put 2 Don on him, and kill Porsche unblockable. I think that's going to be our best play this turn. Do this. Hack into Porsche. Can't block with Chopper. Give us 2 2Ks if he wants. We'll let the Porsche go. And the main reason I'm going for board is against Foxy. He needs 3 Foxy Pirates on the board for his leader effect. I'm sure he can play another Foxy Pirate on this turn, but if he can't, you know, it puts us in a really good position. He can obviously play something like Black Maria. Goes the Gina just to ramp a Don. Fair, but that has cost him a 2k. 5, we'll just use the leader effect. Get the free block while we can. Next turn we've got Dragon. He's going to go with the Black Maria. Makes a lot of sense. And he's going to freeze these. I think we'll take 1 more. No trigger. We get the Lime Juice. And he does that. Gold Roger is going to be pretty sick. So I think we'll just go with... Do we want to go with Dragon or do we want to go with double rushes here? Let's go 6 into 4 with Yasop. Play this Capote. Nice. So we've got 9. We can either do Zoro Luffy or just Dragon. Dragon guarantees a hit or a block. I think I value going wide at this moment. He does obviously have the 7 cost Foxy. If that comes out, we can start playing cards like Dragon and cards like Gold Roger. Pretty good. So I think we'll do 5-7 just to try and get at least 1 hit through on either the life or the chopper. He's not going to want to give up the chopper blocker because of the ramifications of that for his leader effect. Just do 7 here. He'll take, nice, get him down to 2. Pretty good. Sets our Kid and Killer live. He's going to be looking to drop a Foxy this turn, I think. Anything less would be pretty unfortunate for him. We'll definitely use our hand to defend whatever character he decides to swing into. Yep, there's the 7 cost Foxy. Even Rampadon with that. He's going to be at 10 for the whole game now, we know that. 7 into 5. Who's getting frozen? Leader and one of these Luffys, or probably the Yasop. Yasop. Use the card action, minus this down, and we'll give him a... We might need the Lime Juice. I'm going to give him the Otama. I do quite like the Otama as well, but I think the... How would you attack with that? Ah, he misclicked. Fair enough. So we do get the Ben Beckman. And actually we do get punished by the Otama toss over the Lime Juice there. The Ben Beckman would have been able to kill the Foxy. Which is unfortunate, but here we are. So I think we'll start with 5 from Luffy. Start taxing his hand pretty heavily here. And we'll go 6 with Zoro. Then I'm going to play out Dragon. Give 2 here. Attack 7 unblockable. And then we'll attack Dragon, 8 on 5. Probably choose to block this one. Doesn't. My man has no fear. Interesting. We can just drop Roger next turn. Ah, he has the Linlin. That is fair enough. Can go back to 1 life. Crashes a Norinora Beam Sword. And puts one of the Luffys in our life. Pretty good. 7 into 5. We can then do 6. We can defend this. We can defend this. Do we want to? He's going to freeze Dragon and Shanks. We can draw Roger this turn. I don't think I care about this. I think I'm happy to let that go. And then we'll use Leader Effect to just stop his swing into one. And he concedes. Interesting. I do think we're in a pretty good spot there. How much counters does he have? He has only 3k counter. He does have one more Norna Beam Sword, but he can't use that this turn. So we'd be able to go 5 with the Aesop, he gives us 1k, 5 with Luffy, he gives us 1k. And we can go 13 with Roger, he has to block with the Chopper there. He's top decking a Pudding. I think we pretty much had that one wrapped up with the Roger. We're actually going to draw another Roger, which is hilarious. But GG's to our opponent, and let's get into the next one. So, I hope you enjoyed those games with Shanks. You see what I mean, right? These games are so quick. Like, you could play like 10 games in half an hour, potentially, if you're just playing with your homies at home. It's crazy. It's good fun. Good fun. I don't think it's the most competitive build of Shanks. I do think the control build is stronger, but definitely give this a go. You just need, if you've just got like 20 minutes, play a couple games of this. You'll have a great time. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.